Hello and welcome to Best Sips Worldwide. I'm your drinking companion, Susan Schwartz, an American travel writer living in London. Thanks to my mother's love of martinis, the first words I spoke were shaken, not stirred, and I've been obsessed by the history of cocktails ever since. Through the years, I've been lucky enough to sip some of the best made by the best. Hear that sound? It's time to cozy up to the bar and let me introduce you to the movers and shakers of the world's most famous watering holes. James Bond. We all know what car he drives and his drink of choice. Even I use his famous tagline in my intro. But this man in London must hear shaken, not stirred more than any other. Alessandro Palazzi, the Martini maker extraordinaire at Duke's Hotel, Ian Fleming's home away from home, and the most famous martini bar in the world. As the martini is one of my favorite cocktails, it was such a thrill to sit down with the man who makes them for a living.
Which I've been here since 2007.
Right, which is a long time.
It's depend. It may be a long time. No, it's not a long time. No, it's very. It just flew, but it was. It's like if I won the lottery, and obviously being here before with Gilberto, and it's very, very classic. I was able to put my input here because obviously the bar has been renowned before my time. The bar has been in the map many years before I was born.
Were martinis the thing then as well?
Oh yeah, it was a martini.
Martini.
It's all about martini. The only thing,
Fleming?
not so much Fleming, is the way they come out with the trolley.
And this was going on?
Oh yeah. This has been going on for 40 over years. Yeah. No. Gilberto and Salvatore, they were here. The bar was much smaller. They change. Like I said, this is where it's beautiful about martini because martini is very simple. But they decided to serve different. They didn't stir the martini, frozen glass, but very classic. A few drops of vermouth, frozen gin and vodka, and twist of lemon. With my experience, and very, very important again, London is moving all the time. That type of service was a bit too classic. One have to be careful because where before Dukes you used to look after the elite, everybody goes out these days. Everybody, younger people, they want to know about cocktail. Like you said, the cocktail culture in London exploded. Everybody's not just elite or thing like that. There's a lot of people, it doesn't matter where they come from. Whether he's a taxi driver, he's a bus driver, or he's a CEO of any company, or he's a musician. And so, first of all, I changed the team. Slowly. Now I have my own team. People I know, people I'm working, they understand my philosophy. First thing I took away the dress code. It's not about the suit.
Right.
You know, the classic.
So when you got here, was dress code was
yes, jacket and tie. Martini will only be gin or vodka with a twist.
And that's it.
That's it. There's no choice. If you didn't have a jacket, they didn't like you. It was very, very clubby, but
this
very.
was still 2007.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. But that's why they brought me here.
Yeah.
Because the first thing, I wear the dress code. And start doing different type of martini, give a choice. And also give a choice of the spirit. Because I've been involved with spirit for quite a long time, introducing different brands. Like, again, we were talking, there's so many new products.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, a new gin pops up every day.
But part that, or new vodka, but why is someone not to give a choice? So the first thing I did, the price of the martini is all the same. So if you have a gin or vodka martini, but we give a choice of different brands. Obviously, there are some main brands, but like I said, most of the time, and what we do with the team, okay, you want the brand I have in the freezer? Do you want to try something different? That's the first thing I do, and also start doing different type of martini, not just one. And what I did, I create a menu. That's what I want to show you.
Right.
Where the inspiration comes from the life of Fleming and the books, not because of Bond. Because involuntarily it made the martini very, very popular. It made it accessible to everybody. Because martini before, like I said, elite. When he created Bond, and Bond became, everybody wants to be a Bond. Right. Everybody started drinking martini. So I never met him because he passed away in '64, but it's my paying back to Mr. Fleming. So what I did, first thing with the Vesper. Vesper, the
What
classic.
did you do? The first thing was the Vesper.
The Vesper, because you cannot make the Vesper. You cannot make the Vesper, yeah. one have to understand, and to understand Fleming, you have to read his book.
Right.
And also, I have some books he talks about his life, nothing like that. So instead of trying to copy, because you cannot do it, all my martini, they have a story how I recreate, and most of them, the inspiration comes from his life and his books. Of course, we got the classic gin and vodka, and then you have for instance, Le Chiffre, which is a character.
Right.
But then you have a room 39. People automatically think, oh, it must be a special room here. No, it's where it was based during the intelligence.
Okay.
So I saw that copy his idea when he write about Bond. When you think, for instance, the Vespa, he says the vermouth and one part of vodka. You don't know he meant Russian vodka. Unless you know he actually, the only time he drank vodka was in Russia in the 1930s, because he was sent as a journalist.
Right.
But that's why, and then Gordon's gin. But I didn't drink Gordon's. It's because it's very British. So one part of vodka, 3 parts of Gordon was the symbol of England. So the English espionage is 3 times stronger than the Russian. You see, they all have a so the same with my cocktail. Like there's another one called the Fleming 89.
Right, which you did with Flores, right?
For Flores, no, when Flores,
with Flores.
because another thing I learned, always work with your neighbors, and I'm very lucky. Duke's is based in St. James. I'm surrounded by history.
Right.
Berry Brothers, Justin and Brooks, Flores, Fortune, you name it, there's more and more and more. And because Duke's work with Flores, once I met one of the owner, the son of the owner, told me Fleming used to buy the perfume, Flores 89.
Right.
So first thing came to my head, I said, wow, I can make a cocktail called Fleming 89.
Right.
But I didn't have the recipe. Oh. And then I thought, how can I make? So I went to Flores, asked if they could give me the breakdown of the perfume.
Right, of course. Oh, yeah. So
And that what inspired me for the martini. That was the most difficult martini. Because obviously I don't make perfume, but the balance of the ingredients, you have to be careful.
But I see it has rose.
Yeah, because the 2 ingredients are tonka. 2 ingredients is in the perfume, is the tonka beans, but also we use tonka beans in cooking. You can make ice cream.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Tonka
That's-
beans. Yeah.
And rose, so I buy from Fortune Mason a crystallized rose petal, which
Yes,
we
I see
put
them on the bar.
Yeah, and then we spray with the perfume,
Already
flowers,
with the
rose
vaporizer.
liqueur.
Yeah.
That's the only one. You see, and that's the story. So they all have a story. And the other things I introduce is lemon from Amalfi.
Oh, of course. Lemons from Amalfi.
Yeah. Because this is very important. When you drink, the first organ is the nose. Smell. Smell is very important. You will see when you try the martini. What we do is very simple, but again, that's what's happening now in the cocktail. People, it's the same like food. People want quality and simplicity. And that's why we are more and more popular, because in the martini there is a vermouth I create with Sacred Distillery, just for Dukes. So this vermouth is not commercial.
Fantastic.
And again, the idea came out with the Vespa, is all UK ingredients. Then there's a frozen gin and vodka, and I'm part of the gin guild. So I'm always in research, and like you said, there's a boom of gin, but I, for instance, do As a Passion with Berry Brothers. I help them to be behind the scene with the gin number 3, and with some other gin, and tasting and everything. So we sort of introduce some, the same with vodka, gin or vodka, a little bit more smaller producer, from wherever, doesn't matter. I mean, I have a gin here from Scotland, from London, from Colombia as well. The same with vodka. I have English vodka, Russian vodka, Polish vodka. I'm sorry?
Has anyone ever asked for the Colombian vodka?
No, Colombian gin.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Has
yeah.
anyone asked for the
Yeah,
Colombian
because
gin?
we introduce what we do, especially with some repeat customer, or if we have a guest in the hotel, they want to. We take them to a tour of gin. So one night, I say, okay, we start from gin from south of London, then from the centre, from the north, and then we go to Scotland. So if they stay a week or 2 weeks, and then I end up in Colombia. Yeah, and then because also when you freeze, you numb the smell of the alcohol. That's when you know it's a good martini, because martini is very important, the execution.
I feel so much better because I put all my vodka in the freezer.
Oh, of course, and gin.
Always.
Oh, yeah, no, it's very important, because with the martini is And this is what I learned through my years and what I'm trying to preach with people. People say, no, I don't have a secret. I don't believe in secret. You know, we are bartender, we are ambassador. You need to explain to people. The glass needs to be very cold. The gin and vodka needs to be cold. But then also, what happens, you numb the smell. Because a bad martini, when you go and drink, the smell of alcohol comes to your nose. That's not pleasant. But if you numb, you get the lemon oil. You actually smell. And the oil floats on top. The viscosity allowed on top. And then it goes down. So actually, because the way we do martini, you need to take at least half an hour to drink. It's not something you drink, you need to sip it. And then the oil, as it gets warmer, goes down and change again the flavor of your martini. It's very, very simple, but it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
You
try
say,
one.
yeah, you drink vodka.
I do.
Okay. Classic?
Yes, I guess
Yeah.
classic.
And
I,
what
I
kind
also
of
like a dirty martini.
Yeah, no, you're not going to have a
If that's
dirty martini.
allowed.
No. I do dirty martini, but you know
it's a
that
different thing.
Yeah, no, because to experience what vodka you normally like.
You know, I always ask the bartender to choose.
Okay, but you tend more clean vodka or Polish vodka or. I like Polish vodka, for instance, because a lot of them they're made with rye.
Usually Kettle One.
Yeah, which is
What
a
I
beautiful
like.
vodka. I know,
Yes,
it's a beautiful.
if I had
From
to
Holland.
ask for that.
Okay. Are you ready for one martini?
I'm so
okay.
ready. I'm so
All right.
ready.
Let me
Wait,
just go.
Before you go, I'm going to just ask a couple questions.
Yeah.
So I guess this is usually I ask this question of all the bartenders, but it's kind of obvious here. I always ask what is the drink that is ordered the most? Obviously, it's a martini.
Yes,
is there
martini.
a specific martini that is ordered
Not
the
depending,
most?
because we learn, like I said, we open the mind of people. People think like that. There are different ones. They obviously the classic, the gin and vodka, and then the Vespa, the way I recreate the Vespa. That's become, I have to be very proud, around the world. And again, I put on the social media so people can do it the same, or recommend that to do it. Because, like I explained, you cannot make it with what Fleming wrote in the book, it was half measure of Quina Lillet. This vermouth changed the profile.
Right. Okay.
In 89. You can buy Lillet, but not Quina Lillet.
Okay.
And then he said one part of vodka. The only time he drank vodka is the 1930, like as a journalist. You can imagine in Moscow, it was a different vodka. It wasn't no pure, there was no brown. And then he says Gordon's gin. But Gordon's gin here in UK, to make a commercial more affordable to everybody, they reduce the alcohol contents because they pay less tax. So I cannot freeze it. So I use, for instance, I use a Polish vodka, and I come with the story. First is the vermouth. I don't use Lillet. I use this vermouth we made it with Sacred,
Right.
with all UK ingredients, because Fleming was from UK.
Right.
Then we put one part of vodka, but Polish vodka, because the spy Fleming, she was Polish. So that's why I use Polish.
Right.
And she was the first spy to go over the enemy line for England.
Right.
So he was impressed how brave she was. And instead of Gordon, I used number 3 from Berry Brothers. It was 46, but also when Fleming was in Jamaica to write, this was his playground. That's why. And then I finished with an orange.
That's
And
what
the
I'm
story.
gonna try then.
No, try first the vodka martini.
Okay.
I'll give you, I'll show you something different.
All right.
But you were saying, yeah, that martini here we do roughly with martini. Because another thing is what I introduced here. We are now 5. All Italians, and there's also a girl, Mary, who's off today. So for the first time, about 4 years ago, I broke the rule. He has always been man-dominated. For me, I don't care where they come from, it's passion. Because for me, this is also a passion. I always say, people say, oh, your job is tough. I say, I get paid to party every night. You call it tough? This is the best job in the world. And again, the girl who's here, Mary, she's very, very passionate. That's why she's here. But they all make a martini. Where before, when I was at Gilberto, only the bar manager, Gilberto, would make the martini, unless he was off. Well, yeah, they all make exactly the same. They know my cocktail. This is all my creation. I show to them, we walk together, because like I say, it's a team. When I have an idea for a new cocktail, I share with them. They give me input, what they do wrong, what I do right. We put together, and then they all do it the same. We do exactly the same, and they know all the cocktail and everything. It's very, very important. But and the other things you asked me, what is my favorite drink?
Yes.
Gin Martini and Manhattan.
Okay.
Those, again, two very simple
cocktails. So many bartenders say Manhattan.
Yeah, love it.
A lot of them say anything brown.
No, Manhattan.
No, Manhattan.
But the same, like in Manhattan, Gin Martini, Negroni, because also now, not the dark side, people think I can only do Martini. People forget we are bartender.
Of course.
We are bartender. We're supposed to make... I not get upset, but I get a little bit annoyed inside when people say to me, "Oh, do you know how to make an old-fashioned?" Once I said to the gentleman, which I could say, "I'm sorry, sir, but you see the premises? In order to work here, you have to be a bartender. You know, bartender, I don't know thousands cocktail, but at least the classic I have to know, of course." Well, I get people, "Do you know how to make mojito?" No, of course not. That gets me a little bit, because also I've done a lot of things with whiskey. I go to Scotland, do the whiskey. I love, and again, malt whiskey from Scotland, Japanese whiskey, American bourbon. I love American bourbon. Like the Manhattan, for instance, you change it. Originally, it was the classic way, just with Canadian Club.
Right.
But you can do with bourbon, you can do with rum, you can put your input, you can do so many
Try
things.
it with bourbon.
Yeah.
Because usually I don't like a Manhattan, but I love bourbon. So next time I have to try it with bourbon.
But this is what's changed as well. People are more prepared to try things. And people listen to the bartender. "Oh, I want something different." It gives us a chance to create something a little bit different from the usual. And that's why it's fantastic. And that's why I love, since I come back in London, people, they're more prepared to experimenting, to try something different, allowed to recreate something. You know, for instance, you come here, you fancy, okay, I fancy something with rum, but I don't know, so I can make a Manhattan. I can change the idea. You can give something different, create.
People
it's like a
really
chef. Trying to say, but you, as a bartender as well, it gives me the tool to recreate. Where before, when I was younger, you have to make those cocktails, you knew the classic, that's how you have to make it. There was no way you could put it.
It's all about rules now.
About rules. Now you can break the rules. And that's the other thing I like about Fleming. Because when he writes the books, Bond breaks all the rules.
I love that.
In the book, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. That's why people say, what is your things about Fleming? It's the way he writes. It's more than what you think in the Bond. Yeah, he used to come here sometimes, but we have a lot of writers who comes here. It's not the thing. It's the way he writes. And I love to read his books because more and more you understand behind this great man, what was his life. And he had a quite difficult life in one way. Good life and quite difficult. It wasn't easy for him. Yeah. So now it's time to make a martini.
It was an honor to have Alessandro on the show with me today. Needless to say, you can't visit Duke's London without having their signature drink. Next up on Best Sips Worldwide, we are joined by James Travaskis of the exclusive 11 Cadogan Gardens, Chelsea's Hideaway Hotel. Until the next time, bottoms up. For more information and links to everything you've heard about, plus a bit more, please visit bestbitsworldwide.com. Thanks for listening to Best Sips Worldwide, a spin-off of Best Bits Worldwide. Always remember the wise words of Oscar Wilde, all things in moderation, including moderation, and never drink and drive. Okay, I said that last part. Theme music is by Steven Shapiro and used with permission. You'll find me at the bar